Hey everybody, so today we are going to be switching the tractor protection valve on a Western Star. For those of you who never done this before, this is the new valve, and it goes like this. You know, it can be set in any direction and stuff like that, and then there are the connection ports. First things first, we do have to remove the some people call it the Johnny bar. It's got many names, but it's a Phillip head. We got to remove this. 2 screws at the top, and then the whole thing comes forward. Alright guys, once you remove the little Johnny bar and then the 2 screws that go on the top, for this one I had to remove, this is the PTO switch, I had to remove this one also, and then this is not set there correctly, but here the connection, there are 4 screws that you got to remove. I already removed 3 of them, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then this is what we are dealing with in the back. That is what we are looking at. Now that is one heck of a nightmare. However, the reason why we're changing the valve is because when you push this one in and that one in the back, it starts leaking. You hear a little small hiss and just psst. That's what you hear. So let me know that these valves are actually worn out. That doesn't mean the body is worn out. It means that the valves are worn out. And I'm going to show you a quick trick to getting the job done. Alright guys, and we got the valve out. And let me tell you, it is a pain in the butt to do. I mean, just all the way around. So from here, we have actually 2 options. One of them obviously is removing all the fittings. So we can go ahead and install the new valve on here, or the secondary option is to remove the cover, and then put the new valves in here. What I'm going to do is take off the front cover with the valves, swap them over, and then try the valves. And if it still leaks after that, then we're going to go ahead and change the whole diaphragm. But if not, we're just going to do a simple swap, and that should fix the problem. Alright guys, so I have removed all 6 screws that hold the faceplate on, and what I'm going to do is remove the face cover because I want to use the new one, not the old one. And then these valves are very hard to take apart sometimes. What you might need to do is you might need to go ahead and grab the little knob, put it on there, and then very carefully try to pull it out. And you got to be careful because there's some springs in there. So once you pop it out of place, this is what you're expecting to find. I already did it to the yellow one on the tracking position number 1, and as you can see, it's nice and greased up, very lubed up, so it makes the valve go in and out fairly easy. We definitely want to be careful where we put that. So as you can see, the little teeth in there. Okay, I'm sorry guys, it's a little bit blurry, but I'm doing the best that I can right here. See that? Now when we look at the valve, see how that it's got grooves. See that it's got little teeth, and there's a certain position that it goes on. There's 1, and then there's 2 together, and then it's back to 1. So what that tells me that over here there's a big opening, and over here there's a small opening. So I know very well that the one with the 2 teeth, which are not this one, which is this section right here, the valve is going to fit like that. If I put it any other way, the valve, when I push it down, it will not go down and it will get jammed up. So the valve will not work properly. Very important to know, when you have 1 clip or 2 little knobs, you have to look inside there and see where the 2 little knobs are. And once again, you see there's a little opening right there, and we come to the other side and there's a little small opening right over there. Okay, and that's how we can tell where the valve is positioning at. So I'm going to go ahead and take the second one apart, and then we're going to go to the main valve and take that one apart. Now remember, it's very important to make sure that there's no air on the truck at all, because as soon as you remove the faceplate, the valve may be stuck on there, but as soon as you try to pull it, it's going to blow all that air right on your face, and you might end up losing some parts. Alright guys, I removed the screws already. So when we take off the face cover, and on these things they're also kind of stuck, so I did have to use them to pull them out as well. But here's one thing that I want you to see, okay? Kind of important right here, okay? So this is what the new one looks like, or the new chamber, not the chamber, but the new tube, I guess, that we're gonna go ahead and put in there. It's nice and greasy, you know, all the way around. Compared to the ones that are in the truck, look at that. They are bone dry. See that? See the big difference? And the reason why the truck starts leaking is for two different things. One of them, the lack of lubrication in there causes the valve to start sticking, and when you pull them out, I mean, look, there's nothing, no grease whatsoever, nothing. What eventually happens is that this little unit will start getting stuck. This little unit will start getting stuck over here, and the O-rings will actually start to get worn out. As you can see. See if I can give you a better view. And so that's what the problem is, that the valves are getting stuck, and when you pull them out, they're not coming out all the way. And essentially that's what the problem is. In reality, see, this is still in pretty good shape. I can probably just go ahead and grease it up and put it back in there, and everything will be working just fine. I probably don't even need to replace them, but since I already have them, might as well. So I'm not going to go ahead and change the diaphragm on this thing. I'm just going to go ahead and put the new valves in there, and make sure that there's plenty of grease in there so that they'll be working properly. And then there's one more other little thing that we can change too. This little knob right here, that one pops right out. It's not even screwed out or nothing like that. Get like a flathead, and you can pull that one out. And when you do, this is what it looks like. So this goes first. It's got a little spring, and then it's got a little cap. So that's exactly how it goes. This goes facing down, and it all comes apart. You know, just a little spring with a little knob to release the air, and the little cap, of course. So that one goes right here, and it just pops out, and that's exactly how it comes out, you know. I'm gonna go ahead and change that as well, and then put everything back together and see what happens. All right, guys, so I went ahead and I took out the middle piece over there, and look at that little thing. That thing is just ugly. I mean, it is bone dry, little rusty, and that's probably because of the humidity that's gone through there, and this thing is not even actuating the way that it's supposed to. Of course, you know, compared to the new one, nice and greasy and smooth. And once again, guys, I apologize to you for the quality of the video, but as you can see, there's a big difference. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to grease it up real quick. I'm just going to use dielectric grease, and that, so it's not going to go ahead and it's not going to be sticking all over the place or nothing like that. Just grease it up and then finish putting everything back together. All right, guys, I went ahead and I put everything back together, and everything is it's working good now. So before I go any further, I am going to start the truck and test the valves out to make sure that they're not leaking before I go any further. Alright, guys, I went ahead and already built up enough air pressure, so let's test them out, see what happens. So first we're going to do the tractor. Perfect, no leaking of any kind. Now we're going for the trailer. Look at that, no leaking of any kind. So that tells me that the problem is fixed. So I don't have to take the whole unit off. Now I can just go ahead and concentrate on putting everything back together. Everything is working the way it should. Guys, thanks for watching. I hope this video helps you out. If you like it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Yay! And I'll catch you on my next one. Alright, guys, I just realized I made a very small mistake. So when I'm putting the screws back in there, they're not grabbing at all. Then let me see if I can show you. See that? They're just going in, not doing what they're supposed to. Okay. Since I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing, I just realized that the front face cover on this has the screws already built onto them, which means that, you know, I can go ahead and I can put the screws right on there, no problem. Of course, with the new valve that I have, it doesn't give me that option to do so. It's just plain. See that right there? So what I have to do now is take off the valve, dump the air out of the valve, and then switch the face cover. Put the face cover back on that piece, and that will solve the problem. So don't make this mistake. Alright guys, once you have everything put back together, there's one thing left to do. And if you did everything the right way, testing the valves before you screwed everything back on there, then everything should go down smoothly. But tractor brakes, and that's it. No more leaking. If your valve sounds like this, like that, it's a big possibility. See that? It's a big possibility the valve was not put in the right way. Okay, once again, I'm only going to push it in halfway. If it sounds like that and it won't stay in, then the valve was put in backwards.